Hey guys, welcome to Vanishing Gates. As always, I am your host Jay, and with me are my co-hosts.
Oh, I'm Captain now, aren't I? Captain Jack.
And then empty chair. Who's this?
Oh, it's Paco, everyone.
Paco. Now, if you guys have noticed, we are wearing these wonderful crowns adorning our head. This is actually for a very sad thing. This week, what we have to do is pay homage to the great Haruo Nakajima. If you don't know who that is, I apologize. That is the original Godzilla. He starred in 12 movies. He worked for the Toho Company for quite a while as a stuntman. And he was even in Kurosawa's Seven Samurais. But he has passed away at the age of 88 this week. I think Tuesday. I could be wrong. But so in his honor, we're wearing these kaiju hats. And they look adorable. And if you don't like them, then you're a horrible person. Right?
I don't like them,
So, what's cigar of the show there, Jack?
Oh, you're going to make me say. That's
I'm going to make you
say. The Don Alias Edición Limitada.
You want to try that again?
Nope, I got it perfect first time.
Okay. It's a decent smoke, guys. It's still, like, in the lower end area. It's not a bad little Toro.
Not at all.
Pretty good cigar.
I actually enjoy it.
Now, so we have some stuff coming up. If I can find my paperwork. So next week we have Rex Williams, who was on.
Oh yeah.
Anybody?
Destination Truth.
Oh my God! How does Paco have this?
Oh.
So Rex Williams from Destination Sci-Fi Channel's Destination Truth. Rex Williams is gonna be on the show with us. He's gonna call in. He's a great guy. He's hilarious. He has some cool stories. It's gonna be really cool. And the week after that, who do you have on there, Jack?
We have Jordan Bone Party.
Oh, you had to look at my sheet?
Yep, totally did.
I've been saying this for over a month.
I didn't even know.
So who was Jordan?
Works for the night, or isn't he the host of the Nighttime Podcast?
Host of the Nighttime Podcast. What are we talking about there, Jack?
We will be talking about the Oak Island Mystery.
Oh, boom! Actually,
goodness.
you're right on it. You are on fire, Jack.
Here he's an expert. I haven't got to personally watch. One of the things is I want to go into this. I actually want to learn from someone who's an expert on it. I don't want to come in with my own. Here's the problem with this situation is I find it actually interesting. I've heard a little bit about it, and I watched some stuff on it. I should really brush up on it, but I kind of want to learn from someone who knows everything about it.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Absolutely.
I've heard about Oak Island forever, and Jordan is one of the coolest dudes. He's one of the nicest guys you'll meet. If you listen to his show, go check it out. We have the sticker right here, the Nighttime Podcast. He's since changed his sticker. Now there's a knife in there. It's really cool. But he has a great show. Check him out on iTunes. And I think Spotify, he's on there too. But check him out. Check his Patreon account. He's a really cool dude. He's got a really good way of approaching stories. Not like us.
Until he's on the show, I'm going to assume that you've gone crazy, and he has no idea that there are three people talking about him currently on a small-time podcast, and he's going to find out later on.
Broadcast.
You know,
Yes.
I'm actually with you on this one, Jack. You know, I'm gonna see it when I believe it.
No, you guys need to go listen to Jordan.
We need the acronym.
You have to check out Jordan's podcast, the Nighttime Podcast. It's amazing. He's so cool, and he goes over so many cool things. He focuses mostly on the northeastern coast of Canada, because he's Canadian,
I mean, that would help you.
which makes him super polite by default.
That's rude.
Anyhow, it's not rude. He's really polite. The Canadians are very polite people, and I love them. Anyhow, tonight, guys, we do have a very
Have you
special...
met the Daves? The one Dave from Canada?
One Dave is from Canada.
How you met him?
Have you?
Very polite guy.
From Winnipeg.
Very polite.
He's not polite. Anyhow, we do have a special guest tonight, guys. We are joined tonight by Lenore Bjork. She's a medium out of Sweden. Say hi, hon.
Hi.
I don't know if you guys can hear her, so I'm going to move the phone closer because I have to still do this on the Facebook-y kind of things. So you might have to talk really loud. So
Okay, yeah. I'll try not to wake up the whole house.
I hope you wake up the entire house and neighborhood.
It's a party.
Yeah.
And we didn't even plug in Scully head here. So there we go. He's plugged in.
Perfection.
So Lenore, how is Sweden today?
She's around 4 o'clock in the morning here.
Oh
So
goodness.
So it's kind of the sun is just coming up. So I see over the treetops now. It's starting to get brighter.
Party
But
animal.
it's not raining anymore, so it's probably going to be a very good Sunday because we're ahead of you.
So would you say that you're from the future, Lenore?
What happens tomorrow?
I'm traveling right now. Do you
Hold on,
feel
guys.
it? It's kind of futuristic.
Could you tell us who's winning the Floyd Mayweather fight?
I can tell you who's going to win that fight. Conor McGregor. Calm down. You know why? Because he's going to win $12 million off Mayweather anyway, whether he wins or
We're
not.
not going to discuss the fact that Mayweather's going to destroy McGregor. So.
All right, so we're on the phone with Lenore Bjork out of Sweden. Now, Hunt, you're a medium? Is that a fair way to say it?
Medium,
Empath?
ghost hunter, empath.
Yeah.
Yeah, a whole range of stuff. Weirdo, crazy girl.
So how did you get started on this whole, where was it in your, can you pinpoint in your life where you thought, hey, I'm really into this kind of thing. This is kind of what I want to pursue in life.
I think that was like 1.5 years ago, where my parents been bugging me forever, like you should really move into work with this supernatural thing and develop your mediumship. And I've been, no, I'm just doing this for myself. But then something happened, and it kind of just opened the door. It was last February, so I went to Edinburgh and went down in the vault, among other places, and things started happening, and I just realized that I have to help people. And by people, I mean both real people and spirits.
So how do you define the difference between real people and spirits?
Excuse me, say that again.
How do you define the difference between real people and spirits? How do you separate the two? Like, is it spirits of humans or is it something different?
Yeah, when I say real people, I mean like living.
Okay, like you and I, and then so when you talk about spirits, you mean
exactly.
like when you say spirits, so you mean people that have passed on out of this shell, this body is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like ghosts.
Okay,
Let's
gotcha.
clarify it and call it humans that are living and ghosts.
So now we got in touch with you because you heard about us, your friend. Come on there, Jack. Come on.
Joel.
I was trying to see. Yeah. She's that good. I was trying to get Jack to remember things, but yes, Joel from the Virginia Beach Society.
You didn't say the whole thing. What's the whole thing there,
Do
Jay?
it, Jack. That's the whole point.
It's the Virginia Beach Supernatural Research Society.
Oh, he did it! He did it 2 shows in a row. So,
so
how did you get in touch with?
Easier to say VIB. I just say that I work with Joel. I don't even say the other stuff.
You know, I gave Joel a little bit of grief for having such a long name for his society, but you know what? It works really well.
I heard you.
So, how did you get in contact with him, and what brought you to what you do now exactly?
I got in contact with him through Bill that runs the site. Let's see, so I say this correctly now. The Paranormal Society. He has a webpage where people can contact him from actually all of the world. And he has a couple of medium he uses, and he sends cases to those people. So he's not a psychic or something himself. He's like a mediator. Okay. So he got in contact with me because Joel had contacted him and asked if he had some good people that he could work with, and Bill was referring me to them, and Bill was like, no, do you really think this is going to work? I mean, she's in Sweden. This is not going to work. No, no. And then he got in touch with me anyway because Bill was like, "Oh, she's so good," which I have a hard time saying, "Yeah, I'm super good." So I was like, "Oh, now he's kind of putting me on a pedestal. I have something to live up to here." But so Joel was like, "Okay," and then I helped him on a case, and he was like, "Oh, she was good." So I was like, "Whew, yeah, I was lucky there."
That's awesome. Like, so there's almost like this idea that people think that the supernatural realm for some reason can't transverse like oceans. They're caught up in close encounters. Well, we know from the last episode that's not true. We had a tarot reader on that was doing a very good job, people over a distance reading them. So we should know that hypothetically, you clearly can help with people.
Yeah.
I mean, why would there be
I
like this?
actually do tarot too, so I most of the time when I do tarot, I have people calling me, like friends and stuff. Mostly it's friends, and they're not that close to me. I even have my soul brother, I call him Gabriel. That's from Argentina, and we do some stuff together, helping each other. He's an astrologist, very, very good one. And so he asked me, like, "Oh, can you look in the cards?" And I take a look in the cards for him, and he helps me with his charts, and he also do some tarot for me. And it's very accurate, and we help each other, and I help my friends. So they're not in the room with me. And the same thing for spirits, but I do have a little bit of reservation there because there's a lot of medium that does this remote thing very, very good. And I just started. It was, let me remember, like last October, beginning of November, that I started doing the remote stuff. So I'm not 100% confident in myself yet, but it seems to be working. But I do prefer to be on place, especially when it comes to like demonic energies and dark stuff, because I just feel like I need to be there because it's very, very hard for me to do that remotely.
So when we spoke before, that was kind of your niche, was to heal bad energy, to take those low vibe signals, the demonic, and cast them out, right?
Yeah. That's my purpose. That's my goal, and that's kind of the job I've been given. I haven't been taking that lightly, and it's not like I want to do it, but I'm supposed to do it, so it's just like, okay, let's just do it. Go for it.
That's a pretty big undertaking, and we talked about this at length. I mean, we were on the phone. It felt like 20 minutes. It was over an hour and a half when we talked prior. And you have a very specific calling that you feel compelled to, and that's really awesome. And it seems like, actually, why don't you tell people what your goal is? Tell the viewers what your goal is, because that I think
my goal. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah. So my goal is to basically do the same thing that all these ghost hunting shows are doing, like Ghost Adventures, for example. But I want to go and hunt demons and dark energies and investigate what is happening on the place, and I want to cleanse it away and help people. Because it's not just about the people that is having the troubles and that is really harassed and their lives is destroyed by it. It's also about the place, like the ground, the earth itself, and the surroundings. It shouldn't be there. It's not a good thing, and it affects so many other aspects also. Like it's influencing everything around it, and it shouldn't be there. So if it's an abandoned place that has demonic energy in it, it shouldn't be there, even if there are people there, or not people there. So that's kind of like my job. We have too much negative energy in the world right now. It's off balance totally, and I'm one of those, let's call it warriors, that is here to try to correct that. And I'm not alone, but I want to do this, and I want to do it on television because, frankly, I don't have the money to go over to America and do all this on my own. So I kind of need to have something to pay my way. So I'm not like, I want to be on TV. That's not my dream and never have been my dream. But if that's what it's going to take for me to be able to go over there, because I know it's America I have to go to, because people here in Sweden, it doesn't work that way, and we don't have that many dark energies here at all in the same way. It's totally different here. I don't know if it's because all of this country is agnostic, or if it actually, I think, even though there's been bad stuff happening and going on here in Sweden too, and in the whole Nordic, Scandinavian, but it's kind of like in America, it seems to have been so much bad stuff happening over such a short period of time. And I also believe that believing in something, it kind of gets more noticed in some way, and it kind of maybe even enhances it a little bit because we acknowledge it. Here in Sweden, it's like the devil. That's just something you write down on a paper in an old book that no one reads anymore. So we do have the bad energies here too, but people is like, la 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 la, we're not seeing this, we're ignoring it.
So
you basically never hear anything about what this energy is or does here.
So, do you think the demonic is just an energy that floats around, or do you think it's actual entities? Do you think it's like a separate being from us that actually wants to cause problems? What do you feel there? What is your connection in that level? Because I know you're connected to things that I'm not connected to. So,
yeah, I actually have several things that I feel and that I know and that I kind of like it's my theories. One is you have we say if you have a person that has killed a lot of people or done something really bad or been worshiping Satan or whatever, a really really bad guy. Let's say it's a bad guy. He dies, maybe horrible, but he dies. He's still a really bad guy, even though he crossed over to the next side but hasn't crossed over totally, so he's become a ghost. But he's really evil, and you have this bad energy floating around, and it kind of gets sucked into this person, and then you have a ghost that is demonic because it has gotten the power from the negativity, the demonic energies, and it's kind of like a semi-demon, but I think those are almost among the worst because it has the human aspect still. So they have like more people skill. We can call it people skill. Yeah. So those are not very nice. And then you have the energy that is just bad energy. And when people fight or they deal with the occult or do something other horrible or maybe it's happened something bad in a place and then you put people that is emitting their own negative energy and it gets sucked and it creates like havoc, but it's not with a sentient mind. It's just things happen, but it's basically like a poltergeist, but a demon, or that is actually not a demon, it's demonic energy that is wreaking havoc. And then you have the demonic energy that has become sentient, that is coming together. I don't know why, if it comes from the devil or if it comes from whatever stuff that you believe in. I don't know, and I don't care because it's there and it's evil. And that is a sentient evil being that is pure evil or pure negativity, however you want to see it.
yeah.
But those guys are not very funny. And then you have, let's see what you call them, the elementals, I think they are calling them in America. That's all the different entities, like leprechauns and stuff, but not leprechauns, but you get the picture. It's
Yeah.
other things that's never been human. It's not demon. It's something that is from other dimensions. I don't know, or if it's something that's been here before, but it's beings that is here, and those beings can be like both positive and negative, and they can also be indifferent, just like people. Some are good, some are bad, some are nothing. And so those people, I have had for myself, I've had experiences where the darker energies that is sentient have sent those kind of beings to me, like a warning or almost like stalking me. And I know those are not nice guys. We have something here in Sweden we call the beneath the earth. So it's kind of like people that is underground, and those people are not nice, not at all. And I've come across them a couple of times, and they're kind of like really, really beautiful. For me, it's men, because that's how they show themselves to me, of course. So it's kind of like, yeah, they're super attractive, like super sexy, and you're just like, whoa. And then they just smile, and they have like this razor sharp teeth, and they just look awfully like super creepy, and you just know that they're like pure evil.
So wait,
but they're not demons.
I've never
But
heard of
they're
this
evil.
before.
Yeah, this is something I've never heard
Yeah,
of.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this. I need more information. This is a thing like in Sweden. I've never heard of this. Explain us. Maybe you gave us the best explanation on the quick notes, but can you give us more information about these things? This is new. Is this like a tale you'd hear as a kid but turned out to be true? What is? Because I've never heard about this, but that sounds really compelling and awesome and horrible all at the same time. Which is like dating me.
Sure.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit hard for me, because I, especially recently, and I know when I was a kid, because I'm starting to remember stuff now that I'm developing, stuff that happened to me when I was a kid that I've been told was just like dreams, or it was something I made up, and now I know it's not. And so it's kind of like, fairies and the fae. It's kind of like the earth people, like the wooden folks. So I have, among others, I had a fairy that was following around with me. And I'm not talking about the little cute pixies. I'm talking like a full-sized boy.
Like an actual fae folk.
Or
kinda.
maybe I should say elves. Elves.
Okay.
Not the Christmas kind. More like Lord of the Rings kind.
You mean Elijah Woods didn't follow you around?
But I like Legolas. He was okay and everything.
Yeah, I know actually that the Warrens, they had several experiences with people like this, or entities like this, when they were, I think it was both in Ireland and in Scotland. I'm not sure if it was those places, but it was in Big Britain, because I've read about it, and they were talking about the same thing, about the fairies they had met and seen on the moors.
Interesting. So,
what?
I'm just,
know.
like I've heard a lot about the fate. So, me and Jack were of a predominantly Irish family with a lot of Norwegian in us. At the same time, we've heard a lot of these stories, but we haven't heard that much about razor-sharp Swedish underground dwellers. That's what I want to know about.
Oh my God, the chud? Like, they're chud.
Okay.
They're not zombies.
So, yeah.
Chud are not zombies.
It's kind of, I don't know that much about them, because basically I've been not believing that they actually exist. So I was in a situation where I was at this guy's house, a friend of mine that was also a medium. She asked me to help because he had troubles. So we went there together, and we were sitting in the living room, and he was starting to talk about he was lying in bed, and something had kind of like risen up from the floor. And the only thing in my head was just saying like, the people underground, the people underground, and I was like, this is ridiculous. That's a fairy tale. And then I was like, I'm sorry, this is going to sound so crazy, but they say it's the people underground that was what this was. And he just looked at me and said, you're the second medium and psychic that's told me this. And it was 2 years ago when this happened, she told me the same thing. And I was like, what the?
Okay, so my next question is linked to the term people underground. Is that the actual translation, people underground, as an actual people underground, or is there a specific term for it that's different than just saying there are people underground?
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't really know how to translate it. I can say it in Swedish for you if you want to.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what I want you to say first. Here's what I want to check. I want you to tell me first that there are people underneath you in the ground, and then I want you to use the term that you would use for these people. I have a feeling there's gonna be a different set of words for it.
Yeah, it's called de underjordiska. So it's like the underground.
Say that again?
So it's not like, so it's not like the people underground, but it's I don't know how to say this in English at all, but it's kind of like the people living underground, the underjordiska.
So beings underground, people that aren't people, things that are underground.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we're not talking like physical people here.
We're not talking if I lived in a bunker, which I probably will
what
one
do you
day.
say?
We're not talking if I moved underground into a bunker. We're talking about another kind of thing that lives under. Okay, gotcha. That's what I was trying to get at.
So it's kind of, it's probably like a different dimension or like a different sphere from us, sphere. But it's kind of like they can affect just like ghosts. I mean, we're not on the same frequency. It's energy, different layers of energy, and they're in a different layer. And sometimes they kind of cross over in here, but it's still, I don't see them like a physical being. But this one that I saw, it was trying to like claw its way in through my protective bubble that I have, or you could say like the aura, but it was like clinging and trying to claw its way into me, and I caught it, and it was just not a very nice experience at all.
So do you think that because, okay, so my theory, it's a working theory, I could be wrong. Do you think that, you know, we're all made of electricity and water and magnetic fields. Do you think maybe you have a magnetic field that's different than most people? That's what's letting you have these experiences. And do you think that that's what's causing things to be drawn to you? If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think it's not about the magnetic field. I think it's pure energy-wise, because I can really like feel and see that it's all about energies. Everything, you know, we're walking batteries basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everything around us has some kind of electricity and energy in it, and that also affects. I think you can have energy that is on different levels, as I was talking about just before. And that also goes into dimensions and layers, like what we can perceive and not perceive. And I think people like me, we kind of give out a light or a glow that attracts these energies and these beings and these ghosts and stuff. And they're like, oh, look, there's a beacon. Let's go over there. She looks nice. Or I think I can drain her from her energy. So let's go there. So I think they get like drawn to us. I think everybody glows, but some of us are beacons, and I'm definitely a beacon, and sometimes I'm kind of like a supernova or something.
Well, you give off more energy probably, and you're probably more prone to being open to other energy. So you hear people talk all the time about how people like ghosts and stuff are people that aren't in their physical vessel, which is basically, again, a big battery, a big bag of electricity and water, and then once their soul leaves that, they start losing energy, and they don't have enough energy to do what they want to do. So they cling on to someone or go near someone who has X amount of more energy, like an antennae.
Yeah, exactly. And I can also feel like sometimes when I've been near people that is very draining, and when I've had encounters, and sometimes when I've done tarot cards and stuff, it's kind of like I'm just like beat, and it's like, ugh, all my energy is drained. I feel really tired and like almost lethargic, and it could feel very uncomfortable sometimes. And sometimes you get like this almost ecstatic feeling. You're like, wow, because someone had probably given you something when you have been drained. I think it's my guides or angels or whatever, but they kind of give me something back. And a lot of times when I'm doing the channeling stuff, that's when I say stuff that I have no idea about. It's just coming out of my mouth, and I'm just like, and then when I'm talking, I think, who is that talking through me? Because I don't recognize what it's saying, but it sounds really intelligent, so let's just roll with it. And often when that happens and I'm done, it's like, and then I'm just super beat.
So, Lenore, we have a question in chat. Trolls are common in Scandinavian lore. Do you believe the stories about trolls are based on anything real?
If I believe in
Trolls?
Trolls?
Like,
goblins and trolls.
Yeah, trolls. Yeah, you know, big,
Yeah.
weird monster things. Trolls.
Yeah.
I have no better way to
or
say
the
it.
ones with like
Trolls.
really long hair that are little tiny dolls. Either way. Whichever you believe in.
We have like very rich folklore when it comes to especially trolls. You know, we have these huge woods up here, all Scandinavia does, except for Denmark, because they're just flat.
Yeah.
And
I've heard often that
but
Scandinavian
we do
lore is
have
very
a
flat.
lot of stories about trolls.
Yeah.
Both we have even like different kind of trolls. We have the big mountain trolls. We have the giants, but
Cave
they're
trolls.
basically another breed. And
Yeah.
then we have the small trolls. We have the medium-sized trolls, and some like gold, and some like to kidnap maidens and take them into the mountains and marry them.
Sounds like
we have
you.
like
I love Nordic
huge
history.
lore.
But do you find anything like, do you think they're based in any kind of truth, like any story?
What do you feel about trolls? Do you think they're just lore, or do you think there's like a reality? Is it like the Fae folk? Are they maybe similar? Do you think it's an actual set of beings that maybe we have taken out of context? This is a weird question, but it's out of chat, so I'm sorry, hon. This is what we're going at. We have to please our viewers.
Yeah, I think that there is some truth to it. I don't think that they're that physical. I mean, I don't think they're walking around in our forest in physical forms like we humans do. But I do think that there is some kind of other dimension. Again, I'm talking about this much because we do have several dimensions around us. Even the physicists are trying or saying that this is true. We have parallel worlds. And I think and I believe that they do belong to one of those, just as the angels does, and our guides that it hasn't been human, and the human that has crossed over, they're not in this realm anymore. And I do believe that the fairy folks and the trolls and all of those beings are on a different level from us. And sometimes you get like a window and you see each other, and sometimes maybe you can even interact with each other as we do with ghosts, and as the demon stuff and the dark energy does with us. But they're more physically here, if I can say that, because it's not physical, but they're more present. They're more like more powerful energy-wise and more powerful at all to us than the other realms are. They're not as physical, so to speak. A troll can't pass through and possess you.
Got
That's
it.
not possible.
Oh, so it's visible but not
Yep.
actually feasible. So it's a thing that happens on a plane of existence that isn't this one?
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, that makes total sense to me.
We got it.
Like,
But that's one of the fun things with when it comes to spirituality, because some people is like, oh, this is so crazy, I don't believe any of it, it's just, I don't understand it. And it's like, when you start to go into the madness, there is so much that is totally makes sense, because it's very, very oh, now I lost the English word here just because
the rabbit hole is very
it's
deep.
very logical when you do get into it. It's like you can see something and talk about something, and then you're just, duh, of course it's that way.
All right, so talk to us about some of your spiritual, like your
I think he just lost all of his English
I
words
did.
too.
My brain just stopped completely. I hit a brick wall so hard I can't breathe.
Amazing.
Talk to
You're
us
not
about
the one
like
that is up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And
Do you like Godzilla?
your investigations. Talk to us about Edinburgh.
yeah, so maybe I should start with this thing that. The thing that happened in Edinburgh then progressed into me doing this crazy European trip for over a month, where I tried to find haunted places. I just have to say this because it's the most horrible thing I've ever been through. I sat on the dock in Venice and looked at Poveglia Island and couldn't get there. It was so horrible. Can you imagine? It was like,
Could you
it
swim?
was so close,
I
and
mean,
I
it was-
couldn't go over there. And the funny thing is, because I'm so sorry, Zach Bagans, but I thought it was kind of blown out of proportion that he was really scared of the island. But I was asking around. First, you do have to have a permit from the commune, it's called. It's kind of like the state government. You have to have a permit to go over there, and then you have to find someone that is willing to take you there. And I was asking around. Apparently, it's very hard to get a permit, especially if you're one crazy girl from Sweden. And no one wants to go out to that island. Everyone is terrified. So it's true. It's like, I talked to this girl, and she was like, maybe you can like pay someone an insane amount of money and he will take you there, but probably not.
Couldn't you just like rent a boat, maybe, or swim? I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you
So
swim,
now I
Jack?
got off
Would you
track.
swim?
Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Sorry about the detour. Well, I actually went to England, to Manchester, because I was meeting this guy that because I'm a singer, and I thought I was going to try to create this musical career for myself, and I was going there to meet this guy that I was possibly going to do some work with. And something in my head just before I was going there was like, you're not just going to Manchester, you're going to Edinburgh. And I was like, why am I going to Edinburgh? Okay. And then it ended with me staying 2 days in Manchester and 10 days in Edinburgh. And I have no idea how that happened.
Did the spirits lead you to drink at any good pubs in Manchester? Because that's
Yeah.
that's where I would be at.
But it was like, I just know that someone sent me there. It wasn't me that was going crazy. It was like, I had to go there. I had no choice. And so I went there, and again, Ghost Adventures, they were like, oh, the vault is the place to be. And I was like, oh yeah, come on, let's go to the vault. So there is several different guided tours. So I took everyone. I took the historical ones and I took the ghost ones. So I think I was down 4 or 5 times altogether. And something happened every time I was down there. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes it was just the feeling. And the first time I went down, I could kind of like feel the anticipation. I know they knew I was coming. And that much I felt already then, but I wasn't really sure that if I was imagining all the things that happened to me or if it actually happened. But that place the place where I got a lot of confirmation from others that had seen the same thing that I had, but that was not disclosure for the public. It was just some guides and not even all at that firm that knew about this stuff. So when I told it, they were like, okay, yeah, some other people have seen that too, but we don't talk about that.
So we have a question in chat. What do you believe sent you?
Can you say that again? You disappeared.
The question in chat is, what do you believe sent you?
What I believe is sentient.
What? No. What?
What do you believe sent you?
What do you believe sent you to that location?
Why they sent me there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I needed the wake-up call.
Okay.
And also, I have promised those spirits that I'm going to come back. And I know they want me to come back. So I think I got a job that I have to fulfill down there. And I had a very strong encounter with the Black Lady. And she showed herself to me in a way that she almost doesn't show herself to other. It's been a very few, but it's happened. And I felt very honored and scared because I was down there by myself. Because I had the chance to walk around for 40 minutes all alone, not all locked down like those guys that's been there before on TV have done. But I had the chance to walk around in this small space because it's not as big as it looks like when you see it on TV. So I was walking around there on my own. I got all the frosty breath, cloudy breath and everything, and I was ecstatic because that was the very first physical thing I've ever experienced. So I was walking around there, and something wanted me to go down to the only corner that wasn't lit. So it was like a dark place down, and I was like, I'm not going there. And this smoky thing was just like driving me there.
Did they offer you any candy?
I just, no. That was so rude. They should have offered me candy at least.
Right? Like, we want to kill you. Have some candy. They could have been more polite.
Yeah.
Here's a scone.
And there come Pennywise the Clown.
That would have been no. I would have been like, no. I'm done with this life. No.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Are we talking about Tim Curry's Pennywise or the new one? Because no.
What do you say?
Listen, are we talking Tim Curry's Pennywise or the new one? Either way, I'd be like, no.
Oh, of course, the new one. I mean, he's Swedish.
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah, and it's really good too.
My theory is Tim Curry would dance with me and sing to me and serenade me and snuggle me to sleep.
So what
way more comfortable.
What do you think was in that corner exactly? What was your senses telling you?
What was in the corner? It was the Black Lady.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of like, it wasn't even a corner. It was like a small path that was leading down. They're so moist down there. So it was like, there was a door at the bottom, but it barely showed because it was so dark. So it ended with me doing a compromise. I was standing half in the dark and half in the light. And then I just felt this immense pressure on my chest, and I felt so sad. I thought I was going to start to cry because I was so sad, and it was so horrible. And then I felt someone like brushing like a gust of wind on my face, and I just knew that she was stroking my cheek. Just like she was sad for me, and she was sad for herself.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was when the time ended. So the tour guide came and said, "Oh, you have to go up. There's coming in another group." And I turned around and I looked at her, and she said that I was almost crying, and I felt like I was almost crying, but it was like I had to start to brush away tears. And she said, like, "What is it?" And I was like, "There's a woman here, and she's so sad." And this tour guide lady, she was like, "Come up, we can't talk down there. I know who it is." And she just dragged me away, almost ran up. And then she explained to me that she had worked as a tour guide there 10 years earlier. She had an encounter with the dark lady or the black lady, and it freaked the hell out of her. She was so scared. So when she saw where I was standing, because that was exactly where she had met this lady, she freaked out. She was like, "I don't want to be down here anymore." So yeah, that was my strongest encounter with something, because it was really like giving me its emotions.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of other encounters and heard things and felt things down in the vault the other times too. But that was probably the strongest one, and it affected me the longest time too. I was feeling super sad and wanted to cry for, I think, 4 or 5 hours after that. I was so sad, and it kind of dissipated very, very slowly. So it was an intense event.
So being an empath sucks. Basically, is what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we did have a
I
question in
actually
chat.
had a really horrible experience as an empath too, that made me think that I am crazy. This cannot be happening. And I was talking to another empath, a very, very good one. She's called Kim. Is also a medium and psychic from Florida. And I had this experience. I was watching the TV series. I don't think you've ever heard about it. It's called Supernatural.
No,
Oh,
what's that?
that's Jack right there. He has never heard of that
Yeah.
show ever.
I
And
haven't
he doesn't
a lot of
pleasure himself to that show all the time, do you, Jack?
Yeah.
That's
So
awkward.
anyway, I'm a
His hands
total
are so callous.
TV and movie
God.
geek. I mean, I watch going on the IMDb app like 20 times a day. Every episode I watch of Supernatural, because I'm binge watching it now. I haven't seen everything, so I've been like, I look at the episode and then I go in on IMDb and I read all the trivia and I rate the episode. So I was looking at this episode. I don't remember which episode it was, but I was looking at this, and everything was hunky-dory, and it was exciting, you know. And all of a sudden, I just got like this. I was like, "Oh fuck! I'm having a excuse me, I'm having an anxiety attack or something." And I was like really panicking, like like this, and I couldn't understand why, because it was nothing in the episode at all that would make me feel like that. And so I watched it, and it just flew away again. It was over for maybe lasted half a minute or something, so it was pretty long anyway. But then I went in, my geekiness kicked in, and I was like, "Oh, now I'm going to rate the episode, and I'm going to look through the trivia." And then there's in the trivia it says that Jared Padalecki, he had his first major panic attack, anxiety attack, during filming that episode. And I was like, "Oh my god!"
Is that an actor in the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Boom!
that was
Sold out. Jack. Caught him.
And that is, I mean, that just was like, I'm insane. Now I'm insane because it's an old episode. It's a long way from me, and it's just a TV show. But Kim, she was like, "Yeah, stuff like that happens to me all the time."
Lenore, you are not insane. Like, for reference, I watched Doctor Who
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm a total Dalek. Just want to exterminate everybody. I'm not insane. So don't worry.
Yeah, but
That's
sometimes
awesome though,
stuff
because
happens.
Jack finally has someone he can talk to about his ridiculous addiction to supernatural, which is really good for you, buddy. And she's a medium.
I have-
She's in touch with the spirit world, and you're barely in touch with the I don't want to talk about the lotion situation. Anyway.
I would glad to talk to him about geeky stuff. I'm super geek, so
Oops.
Oh, we're nerds, and that just fell over
It just
again.
keeps on happening. It really keeps on happening.
I mean, last week someone thought that was psychic phenomenon. This week,
Turns out we're just leaning too hard on the table.
I guess
yeah,
so.
I told you
guess so.
guys, I built this crappy table out of a couple screws
Mhm.
and some shitty bar stools. I'm
That's
not
pretty much how this show was made up. So.
right. We are literally the PBS of the supernatural, minus the government funding.
So,
We have the best guests ever.
We really do.
I don't
so
know how.
we had a question in
thank you.
we had a question in chat. for
Yes. How? So, you want to do this one?
now.
Same
He
with
did, he did
angels.
start it.
Aaron wanted to know about angels and how you feel about them, how they might have affected your life, if you believe in them. So what's your thought on angels?
Yeah, okay, angels. This is kind of like something that is very important in my life, my daily life, actually. Here in Sweden, angels are totally overrun by this Doreen Virtue. I don't know if you know who she is, but she's American.
Mm.
And she's made like $1 million out of doing these books, and she has angel therapy, and all of the archangels and all of the angels, they mean different stuff, and she has like written manuals for this.
Wait, what's her
And
name?
everyone here is like, this is how angels work.
What's
And
her
I'm
name?
like, no,
Lenore, what's her name, real quick?
Doreen Virtue.
Do we actually have a book of hers?
I'm checking.
Well,
I
she's
do not. I
very,
do not.
she's
I
really
do
good.
not have
There-
a book by her. I just had to check. Sorry.
She's a really good person, and she does a lot of good for a lot of people, but she's kind of stereotyping angels and putting them into like different meanings and everything. And for me, sure, the Archangel Michael, he's always with me. He's one of my guides, so to speak,
Okay.
as he is for a lot of people, of course. He can be everywhere, anytime, all the time. That's how angels work, especially the archangels. They are very powerful. And so he's with me all the time, and if I'm feeling sad or scared or something, I just know I can turn, and he's right beside me, and he has always been there. I just didn't know that it was him at first. I've always felt like someone was watching over me, and he's to my left side, just right behind me. And then something in my head was like, it's Michael. And I was like, yeah, Michael. Okay, so he's called Michael. It's my guy. He's called Michael. And then I just heard like Archangel Michael. I must know. Oh, you're kidding me. Why should an archangel be with me? And it was like, yes, it is Archangel Michael. Okay. But now it kind of makes sense, because if you're going to go to battle with demons, you better have Archangel Michael with you.
Well, I mean, it
But
sounds
I
like of
think
all the angels, that'd be the worst one to kind of anger, though, correct?
Well, I mean, no. I mean, Gabriel would be the one that not to piss off. Be Gabriel.
Well, I want him then.
Michael wants to
Yeah.
be your buddy. Gabriel's when you don't want to piss off.
I'd rather have Gabriel then.
Yeah, but Gabriel's a good guy too. He's helping my brother Gabriel. That is, Gabriel's helping Gabriel or Gabriel, because it's Spanish. He's from Argentina, as I said. But there is a lot of angels around us. Everybody has guardian angels. Several. Some are angels, and some are guardian angels. That is former relatives. that has jumped in. They can even be like a relative that you've never met, and they stay with you from when you're born until you cross over.
Uh-oh.
So wait,
We've got an alarm going off over there.
I apologize for your alarm.
She's hearing it because she's right over it with her phone.
That must be my guardian angel, Google. I'm sure we'll end
They do
soon.
make themselves heard if they can.
No, it's not going to stop.
It's probably
That
gonna keep
might
on
be
going.
a demon.
That's-
You never know.
That's definitely a demon.
There we go. So, can you can contact these angels? Can you contact people's guardian angels? Or are you in touch with just one or two? Or can you like contact your angels and see who other people's angels are around or something? Like, is that a thing you can do? Are those communication lines open?
Yeah, I do feel I have, like, as I said, I have Michael and I can communicate with him. He usually like nods or shake his head, and sometimes I hear like yes and no very very clearly in my head with not my voice. And then I do see guardians angels around other people, and angels, and sometimes it's someone that's just there for a while, and sometimes I see that is their angel, but I can't really communicate with them, not as well as I want to, but sometimes they kind of like gives me that why they're there at just that moment and what they want to help the person with. But mostly I feel like you have an angel, it loves you, it's there for you, you're protected, and then I feel like how much they like the love they're giving to the person. And also it's a lot of the time it's like, we're here to protect you, don't be scared, we're here. So that's almost always the message they give me to other people. But I've also, when we're talking about this Catholic stuff, I'm not Catholic, but I am very, very drawn to that aspect of Christianity. I've even been to Rome, and I have a bottle of holy water that is blessed by the Pope, for real. So I really like it, and I've seen Virgin Mary several times. She's both come for me, and I've seen her beside other people.
So it's safe to say that your guardian angel can beat up other people's guardian angel.
Yeah.
I was going to ask a serious question.
Yeah.
Can you see into other people's dilemma and see where their problems are? Is that a thing that you're able to look into with your angels or with your spirit guides and stuff? Like, actually, we have a question in chat first. It's way more important because our viewers are way more important than me. Have they ever warned you of anything or against anyone? Your guides.
If they have warned me against something bad happening.
Have they ever warned you of anything or anyone? Yeah, so.
Okay.
Your guides.
Yeah, I guess more like through my own intuition. I've known that some people are not someone you should be hanging out with or being friends with, and I almost always ignore that feeling.
That's why you called this show. It makes so much sense. The universe told you not to call me, Lenore.
Yeah. But I've become better. I'm starting to listening now, so it's getting better, way better. But mostly it's now when I'm doing this a lot, and I have a lot of encounters with stuff that's not very nice.
Yeah.
And they always say that I should be careful and that they are here, but they never stop me from doing it. I have friends that have had angels saying, don't go there, don't mess with that stuff. They never say that to me. And I think it's because I'm supposed to. So I'm actually not being stopped. I have been protected, though, at a specific instance that was very horrifying. And then I saw so clearly Archangel Michael. He was with his flaming sword and everything, and he had two smaller angels standing beside him, and they were protecting me. So they didn't take the bad energy or the bad entity away, but they were standing between us, so it couldn't harm me. So I guess they're more for protection than warning. But I do get like, this is going to be a hard one. I just feel like the thing I'm going now, I get warned that it's going to be bad or a hard one, or that they can help me, but they never say stay away.
So essentially, what you're saying is that they're often, what I imagine from the situation is if you didn't have these protectors, things might go awry every once in a while, depending on where you're at. Because maybe they're there, they like supplement you. I don't know if you know what supplement is, but essentially give you energy to protect you.
Yeah. I actually haven't given that much thought of this because I'm always rushing in and thinking, oh, this will be exciting, even though it's scary. I'm always rushing in. But I guess they're hard at work sometimes. Very hard at work sometimes.
I just want to say that Jack brought something that I never thought to bring up at all, and that's pretty impressive.
I do these things.
Pat on back for Jack.
Good job, Jack.
Holy crap. So, the one thing that I really want to touch base on, we've danced around this for over an hour now, was the cleansing thing. Because I know you have been approached and you've been in contact with, you've helped supernatural research societies and whatnot, people that do ghost hunts and want to cleanse their houses, want to cleanse property. That's kind of what I go to, because I know that your big thing, and we should have maybe approached that more directly, but I wanted to get to know you more. Before that, I wanted to get to know you. Is your goal, you feel like your calling is to cast out the evil entities. So, what is the end game, and how do you think that's going to work, and how does that normally work? Because I know that you are working from afar and giving healing energy from a long distance. If that, you know what I'm saying there? Like, you're helping from afar.
Yeah, that's the thing that is bothering me a lot, because when it comes to ghosts and it comes to slightly negative energies, or when something is attached to someone, I can fix it from afar. But when you have this dark, heavy, demonic energy and demonic entities and all this, I have to be there. I cannot sit here at home and connect with that energy, because it's, I believe that it's so bound to the place it is in. So when you have a spirit or a ghost, you can kind of connect with it on a different level. But when you have the dark energy, it's kind of like it's stuck in that place, or it's not stuck, it's clinging on to that place. So that's one of the reasons that I have to go over to you and do this job. But as I said, it's a financial issue for me. If I had money, I would be traveling and doing that sort of stuff every day in America. But as it is now, I don't have the funds to do that. And as I said, that's why I want to do the TV show. But I have to go there. So it's easier to do the other stuff from afar. But yeah, I need to go over there, and I feel more and more now that I need to go soon.
So you have a calling to come here. Have you set up a crowdfunding page yet?
I have not, because I don't really know how I'm going to amount to doing this. I just know what I need to do and what I have to do. I don't know how to do it. So one of my first things was when Joel sent me his interview with you. It was like, okay, that's the place to start. So let's contact those crazy guys and see what happens.
Crazy is the right word. But what you have is You have a
Yeah.
few hundred people that have heard what you're saying. So your goal here is to come here and help and expunge the evil in the world, but you feel like you're called to this particular part of the globe. We can probably help you here, but you have to also put your foot in the water by maybe starting a GoFundMe.
Mm-hmm.
Start a crowdfunding
Yeah.
campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And come here and
Yeah.
visit, come and hang out, meet some people. You already know Joel, you know us. I mean, we have no problem here hooking you up with people we know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not an issue at all. Jack, guess I'm saying?
Oh no, I was just laughing because I noticed that Nick is here.
Oh, Nick is finally here. Hi, Nick.
I know.
So Nick is finally home. So what we're going to do is, guys, Lenore is going to start a crowdfunding page. I'm telling this for her right now because she didn't know this.
I am.
I'm letting
Yes, of course,
everyone
I am.
know without her acknowledgement or
the page actually being
any
up on the
at
side.
all. She is going to start a GoFundMe or something like that, a crowdfunding page to get her here to the States to where she is called to be to cast out these evil beings and entities. We are going to help her. I say that, all of us, guys, viewers, and whatnot, we're going to help her. We're going to give her the support, both spiritual and financial, if we can. She is going to come here, and she's going to change the world. And you know what? If she gets famous and is on the Sci-Fi Channel, she better shut out Vanishing Gates
Oh, yeah.
all the time.
Absolutely.
It starts here.
But we're going to work it
I'm
out.
going to say when, not if. Because
When, you're right, when.
When.
When. See, she's already on it.
It's like,
See, I'm a
I'm
pragmatist.
like,
I am a defeatist person. So, myself,
oh, and that is also something I really want the viewers to know, that I'm looking for people that want to do this with me. I need my crew, just like all the other ghost shows. I cannot do this alone. I don't want to be me and one guy with a camera and that doesn't interact with me. I need my crew. I want to do the same thing. I want to do the analyst and do the walkthrough. I want to talk to people what they have been through, and I want my guys around me helping me doing what I need to do and having my back, and also maybe they see some stuff that I don't pick up on, and I will imagine that every place we come to may not be an actual demonic hunting, but a very, very bad regular hunt, so to speak. And of course, I want to get rid of that energy too, because that's also a kind of very negative demonic energy when a haunting has become sour, so to speak. So that's also something I want to cleanse. But I need people.
yeah.
So if you, I mean, depending on the area you decide to go to in the States, we might be able to have, well, I'm sure we can have you back on the show eventually if you'd like to, and you can kind of announce out that you're looking for someone to be an aide in the area you plan on going. Because right now, without a direct path at the moment, finding someone who's going to be able to get involved, it's going to be a little difficult. But once you kind of pinpoint where you're going to be in the States, and my suggestion is, like, probably find the most, the biggest hot spot you can. But you also got to remember that that place may be a hot spot, but you want to put yourself in a center location so you go to different states around it that are also haunted. And I have no idea where that's going to be on the map, but once you pinpoint that location, you'll be able to find your crew, and then we can have you back on the show, and we can let everybody know, because I'm sure there's some people out there who love to do recordings, who would love to be part of this with a real psychic, with a real empath, and actually just be out there helping people. Deal with their
I specifically disagree with what Jack just said. Hun, you're going to find some people. You come over, we'll start your crowdfunding thing, and just go to town. We started this off nothing and nowhere. So
and
you have
still nowhere.
the total ability. You have the total ability in you. You have a calling. You follow your calling. And the crowdfunding, the internet's an amazing thing, and we are glad to support you.
Absolutely.
You don't have to worry about having specifics. That's preposterous, or we'd all be dead already. Because I specifically like a certain kind of beer, but I drink all the beers around me. So, no. Jack
and now
is just...
I have to say that, of course, I know where I'm going. I'm going to you guys.
I hope so.
That's right.
'Cause I can't wait to have you here.
We can go Bigfoot hunting.
Yeah.
We are doing a Bigfoot expedition at some point.
Might have
Jack,
to be next summer now.
Why?
still.
Why am I
Anyhow.
still involved with this Bigfoot hunt? I keep saying no.
Because you're an angry beaver.
I've
and you were
already
the
been to Vegas, so now I have to go to California.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, this place
But
is
so, set up a crowdfunding program, a page if you haven't yet. A GoFundMe or something like that.
Yeah.
I am glad to promote it. We'll put it on our page for Vanishing Gates. We'll promote it all the way up. This is going to be super awesome.
Yeah. You'll help me. That's
Yeah.
good.
Absolutely.
I have no idea how to do any of those things.
Neither do I. But we're going to figure it out. I will take my time to
Yeah.
help you figure it out. That's not even a
Yeah.
joke or
And
nothing. Like, I'm not faking this crap at all. I want to see you succeed because this is awesome what you're doing. You want to cast out evil beings? I just don't want to be right there when you do because I'm already a big enough target.
just, be aware that there are some things he's not capable of doing, such as finding his eyebrows. It's something he's still looking for. Me and Seth or Paco have had the worst time trying to find those eyebrows, and nothing's worked yet.
Says the man with no eyebrows. I have eyebrows are blonde. Leave me alone. Horrible person you.
I just have to say one place I know I have to go, and that's also from Ghost Adventures, but I think it's been on other places that other shows that's been talking about Bobby Mackey's.
Ooh, yeah, the portal to hell.
You'll never find me
Yes.
there.
We have to. Oh no, you're going there. If I make enough money, we're going there.
Yeah. The thing is that I already have contact with one of the guys from there. He's just now when I'm talking about it, every time I think about it or talk about it, he comes.
Ooh.
And so I'm not alone here now. So I'm not going to talk about it that much because he knows I'm coming for him and he's not very happy about that. But yeah, that's a place I have to go. But that will be another
Awesome.
day.
That's gonna be a
I'm
whole
gonna say
another
that
episode.
I theorize that if you went to Bobby Mackey's, the first thing they would say to you is, "Do not exercise our spirits."
Yeah.
We
I
kind
mean,
of
that
need
would
this.
probably kill the business, but still.
That's the problem with a lot of places. Like they don't want to get rid of it because it causes awareness of their place and they make
Yeah.
money on it and everything. But still, if you have something that is really horrible and that is actually creating a lot of problems and accidents and hurting people, you have to get rid of it. You don't have to take away all the ghosts, but the bad stuff cannot be there because it's bad. It's really dangerous. And when people go there, they think it's for fun, it's a cool thing, but it's not a cool thing. It's a very, very dangerous thing.
Yeah.
And you do not play with stuff like that. And unfortunately, that has been a place that has been played with, if you say it like that. And that has increased the power because it has gotten so much energy because of all these people and the awareness that it's growing stronger.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that is not supposed to happen. It's not supposed to be there. It has to get away from there. It cannot continue to affect so many people. So yeah.
See, like that's
I
the
want to
thing.
go
Like
there.
guys like me, we're trying to, with our business here, trying to bring out the strange, the paranormal. We're trying to see some things happen. You're actually trying to expunge the evil from the world.
You're hurting our
that's a
business.
big- That's not what I was saying.
I'm so sorry, guys.
But you're trying to right the wrongs in the world, and that's the best part. That's amazing.
That is great. Yeah. I mean, I would rather have someone removing these horrible things than just letting them sit, and then if they get stronger and stronger, then they can actually start hurting people.
I mean, you could have like purchased a razor.
What?
Yeah.
For those horrible things on your face.
Yeah, it's not right. I mean, we have too much negative energy in the world as it is. And as I say, the scale is not how it's supposed to be. I mean, we cannot take away all the negative energy because that's not possible, but at least it shouldn't be so much more negative energy than the positive energy as it is now. I mean, the scales are like crazy now.
We gotta
let's say
balance
like
things
there's
out.
20% light and there's like 80% darkness or something. Maybe not that much, but it's bad.
I would say more like 90, but I'm a little bit of a pragmatist, so probably 90% dark.
But the thing is that right now we have a huge amount of warriors, let's say light warriors, coming down here and doing stuff and trying to do the world a brighter place. And we're not just talking spirituality, we're talking about all other positive things that is happening in the world. But it's kind of like it's just in the bud right now. It hasn't started to blossom yet, but we have people like me and like other people I know and a lot of people that came down after 1978 that started this. It's like revolution stuff, and people like us, we're needed. So I'm not saying that I'm special. I'm not saying that I'm more important than anyone else, and that's why I need to be on TV. I need to be on TV so I can do this. I'm not special.
Well,
sure, everybody's
TV's
special
a
in
great
their own
way to
but
open.
it's kind of like I'm not better than anyone just because I want to do this.
You know, TV is a good way to open up people's eyes to what's going on around you. So if you have that ability to speak, you can just open up the different, you know, pathways there. Because people see you on TV, suddenly they hear you, they see you now. You're opening up people around you, like radio did.
Yeah, and the more people that know that I'm there, the more people I can help because they see me and say, "Oh, we can call her," and I will be there, like in a heartbeat if I can. If I have the funding, I'm going to go everywhere until I'm worn out and pass out and go over to the other side. But I'm never going to stop as long as people need help and I can get there and I can survive on it, because I don't need a super fancy car and a big house. I don't give a crap about those things at all. But if I can get from place A to B and do what I am supposed to do, I have somewhere to stay over the night, I have some food, that's good for me. It's enough. I don't need any more.
Lenore, we're going to continue this conversation very soon. I'm going to end the episode here pretty soon. I want to thank you for coming on. Thank you so much for everything you have to say. We support you wholeheartedly. So I'm going to get a hold of you here after the show and see what we can do to help you get that dream fulfilled, because I think you're doing a really good thing. It's a really good campaign against the darkness, and that is so awesome. I can't wait to have you back on the show.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you for joining us. It's so awesome of you. And guys, Lenore Bjork.
Thank you, Lenore.
She's doing something most people can't even try to do. Most people can't have the courage or they lose the internal fortitude to try to stand up and fight against the darkness, because she's not just fighting against like interpersonal crap. She's fighting against evil presences, and that's, I wholeheartedly stand behind you, honey. I thank you so much for being on the show.
We can't wait to actually have you here.
Have you on. I can't wait till you're here in California where I can host you on the show in person.
Yep.
Yeah, it was great show.
Thank you.
I think that was a great show. You explained yourself really well. And where do you want people to find you?
Yeah, where can we
contact you?
Where can people find you at?
Okay, I'm rescue medium Lenore Bjork. I'm on Facebook. I think you can also type in just my name, Lenore Bjork, and I have my Facebook page, my personal, but it's open for everyone. So just write to me on Messenger or send me a mail at Lenore. Write to me on Facebook. That's it. My contact stuff. And
we'll just share the links on our Facebook page, because Americans can't type Swedish at all. Lenore, thank you so much for being on the show. I can't wait to have you back. It's been awesome.
Thank you.
Enjoy your Sunday.
We'll talk to you here in a little bit. I'll probably call you tomorrow or
Yeah,
later
you do that. Yeah, today.
today.
Is for me. And now it's daylight outside, so I'm going to take down my curtain and stuff and see if I can sleep some.
Try to get some rest.
Yeah.
Good day.
Thank you, guys.
I'll call you later.
Yeah, you do that. Have a good evening.
Bye. Guys, it's been a wonderful episode. Lenore is a great guest. She's amazing. She has some really cool insights to the unexplained, the paranormal, supernatural.
Are you okay over there,
Are you
Paco?
serious there?
Yeah.
Is it eating your face? Is that
I
what's
think it's,
happening?
I mean, that might
I
be
think
the
this is like the
improvement
biggest
on the
tribute.
show.
I think this is like the biggest tribute to,
Godzilla, yeah. This is a great
So,
Godzilla tribute.
Yeah, absolutely.
This wouldn't make him sad at all on the inside.
Nope, not at all.
Don't forget to like and share the page
Yeah.
and this episode, please.
Guys, please like, follow, subscribe, share, and don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. It's going to go up there here in a minute. Well, whenever it's done loading. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on the comments, the ding button.
Hit subscribe and turn on the bell.
Yeah,
You
turn
gotta
on the
click
bell
the bell for
because
notifications.
you guys need our notifications because if you guys watch that show, it will actually help us now because we finally got the ability to monetize, which is a big deal because I've
That
been
was
paying for this
insanely dumb for them
out
to do
of
that.
frickin' pocket.
Yes,
And
we have.
having a little bit of money coming in would be really, really good.
We're shamelessly asking you to spread the word.
I'm not shamelessly. I want money. Give me money. You're getting something out of it. Enjoy me back. So I'm asking.
We'll fire him if you want.
It's the show. I'm asking
It's mutiny.
for love.
This is mutiny. The
It's mutiny.
The captain is taking over this ship.
Love in all the right places.
That's weird. Okay, so
As always, guys, next week, don't forget to join us. Rex Williams will be on the show.
Did we do a shout out for Jason Glenn today?
Oh, shoot.
We didn't do any of our shout outs.
Oh, I suck at
We
life.
just did
guys.
this.
You waited this long.
Now
You
for the
need-
real
you need
part
to
of the
hear.
show.
For the backbone of the show. It's almost Halloween.
Is
And
it?
you need decorations.
And
Go
now
to
he's hacked.
Jason Glenn, check out Cotton Studio on Facebook, and buy his stuff.
Just do
And
it.
tell him Vanishing Game sent you. He makes some amazing stuff, though. And he's a
Yeah.
great freaking guy.
It's good stuff. What?
He's
Give me some of that
amazing.
food.
We're
Oh
not
man, I
doing-
can't
no.
wait to eat some of this food.
What do we? No.
It's barbecue.
Stop.
I brought it
No,
in.
you
It's
stop.
great.
There you go.
We're gonna have a piece of this barbecue right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We actually know, or you might know the person who owns it, or who owns the barbecue.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
Not a sponsor though, so we're not gonna say it live on air.
Check out Jason Glenn. Cotton Studios.
Please do.
I hate you so much right
Take
now.
us away from Jason before he eats it all.
Hey!
All right.
Big thanks to Lenore for being on the show. That was awesome. That was a great show. Next week we have Rex Williams.
We have some of the best freaking guests.
Dude,
We really
we have
do.
some really bomb-ass guests.
Oh
I
yeah.
know.
Rex Williams. Anybody know where he's from? There?
Destination Truth.
Boom! Good job. Oh, Jack had another
Finally
one.
got it.
Jack is on a roll. Rex Williams is both hilarious and awesome.
Can't
Next
wait to
up,
have him
What
on
about
show,
the week
baby.
after that?
You guys need to spam Kane
Yeah,
Hodder
like,
for us so we can get him on the
something
show one day.
What's the next guest after that?
Oh, Jason Bonaparte.
Oh.
Is it pronounced Bonaparte or Bonaparte?
Jordan
Jordan.
Bone Party from the Nighttime Podcast.
I was so close! I almost got 3 for 3!
He got his last name, and I got the first name. So as a team, we
He
actually did
just
it.
caught the captain.
Teamwork! Boom! That's what Vanishing Games is about.
That's
Teamwork.
how it happens.
And if any of you guys know Kane Hodder, we're gonna try to get him on for Friday the 13th special.
Spam
episode.
him and Dan Aykroyd. Spam them for us. Let them know they should be on our show.
We really want the ack on.
Yeah, we sure do.
We have to get the ack on, guys. As always, thank you for watching. I'm your host Jay. With me is
The Captain Jack. That's right. This is your captain speaking.
Paco.
have a good night, guys. Can't wait to see you later. Bye.
Bye, Masters. Do your thing.
Too late.
Goodbye, everybody.
I hate you. That's horrible.
Oh,
That's the
man.
worst thing that ever happened.
That was,
Stop.
that was absolutely terrible.
Don't want
Are
to
we,
see a
are we
turtle.
gonna keep going?